friends, welcome to my channel. Here you can watch all the interesting and practical videos. All the content of this channel is based on the reliable medical sources of the world, and the available instructions have been tested by countless people and are 100% real and doable. So feel free, use these formulas, and enjoy the results. Today I am with you with another video, so stay with me until the end.
One of the diseases that scared people when they heard its name in recent years is MS or multiple sclerosis. The reason is that the new medicine does not have a cure for this disease like many other diseases and only uses cortisone to destroy the patient's body and aggravate his problems. But this disease has a simple definition in traditional medicine, and for that reason it has a treatment, and it can even be said that the treatment of MS is very simple. Living MS is a cold that has appeared in the brain and nerves, and it should be treated with warmth. Of course, this simple definition does not mean that the duration of MS treatment is like a cold, but during 4 to 6 months of treatment with this method, significant improvements are observed in patients. Treatment of MS with herbal medicine. The simplest methods of treating MS are consuming heat and observing the following. 1. Figs. At night, 7 figs soaked in a glass of water and the fig juice is also eaten. 2. Olives. 7 olives in the morning without fasting and 7 olives at night 2 hours after dinner, salted non-factory olives. 3. Grease. Places that have sensory and motor weakness with fragrant olive oil. 4. The perfume of the rose flower. It is very beneficial to avoid cold and industrial smells along with the fragrance of the rose flower and inhaling it continuously. 5. Use of laxatives and digestives. To keep the digestive system healthy. 6. Research conducted in America shows that 1 tablespoon of saffron a week can help a lot in the treatment of MS. Scientists have succeeded in discovering a substance in saffron that is effective in the treatment of diseases, especially the treatment of MS and arteriosclerosis. The healing substance of saffron, which is called crocin, plays a role in protecting brain cells and prevents damage to brain cells that produce fat. The fat produced in the brain cells acts as insulation and coating around the brain nerves. In MS, this protective insulation is lost due to the swelling of the brain cells. According to researchers' findings, consumption of saffron, which contains crocin, can greatly reduce the swelling and cell pressure that leads to loss of insulation and hardening of arteries in the brain in patients with MS. The results of this research were published in the American Journal of Immunology, which has brought new hopes for the production of new drugs for the treatment of MS. 7. Based on the studies conducted by scientists and traditional medicine experts, the health of MS patients can be reduced and treated with ginseng plant. Ginseng. This plant has steroidal glucosides called panacolon, a saponin called panaxoside or panaxin, soapy substances, a volatile oil essence called panasin, a hormone, vitamin B and vitamin D, acetylenic compounds, sterols, and finally a glucoside called it is ginseng. In addition, ginseng is rich in vitamins A, B6 and zinc. That this plant helps in treating and reducing MS disease. 8. A handful of purslane per day to treat MS. Another one of these treatments is Persay plant. This plant alone cures MS due to its magnesium content. Because its magnesium content is very high, it has 375 milligrams of magnesium. These immune complexes stimulate the immune system to attack the body, which leads to tissue damage. 9. One of the plants for treating MS, which has caused up to 90% recovery, is a handful of nettle plants a day. Eating dried nettle plant can be very effective in treating MS. And pour a teaspoon in fruit juice and eat it every day. 10. Mega Siemens disease can be treated with frankincense or boswellia. According to the latest research conducted on the frankincense plant, it was found that 5 of this plant a day can cure the incurable disease of MS. Currently, in Germany, this drug is used for the treatment of MS, as well as the treatment of brain cancer and the prevention of intestinal bleeding, considering that the inflammatory effects in the brain cells were found to be the main cause of MS in such a way that it causes bleeding and inflammation occurs in the brain of patients. For this reason, frankincense plant should be used to inhibit prostaglandins and inflammation of the brain, which helps a lot in the treatment of MS. As we know, currently MS patients are treated with interferon drugs, which are due to the cost. Its heavy ones have faced problems. Therefore, we can use frankincense plant in the form of capsules for these patients. 11. One of the effective fruits that can be a good healer in this field is pineapple. This fruit breaks down protein molecules due to the presence of pancarnitine melamine enzymes, and in addition to its anti-inflammatory properties, it helps to reduce the amount of immune complexes in the blood circulation. The high amount of complexes in the blood circulation is seen in autoimmune diseases such as MS. Enzymes in pineapple prevent attacks caused by high complexes. 12. Daily use of hemp plant or cannabis by MS sufferers. It reduces the tremors caused by this disease, and it has relatively useful therapeutic effects. I recommend it to patients. Mix a teaspoon of this herb with water and consume it. Cannabis can be very effective in reducing the tremors caused by this disease. Harmful foods in this disease. Avoid eggs, dairy products, ice cream, pickles, tamarind, fish, pepper, cinnamon, ginger, cumin, vinegar, tea, coffee, sausage, Nescafe, cocoa, eggplant, fast food, white rice, canned food. Beef and camel meat, fried foods. Do not use cold foods. Useful foods in this disease. Consumption of prunes, blackberry juice, raspberries, figs, olives, almonds, sesame, walnuts, pistachios, hazelnuts, grapes, sunny raisins, quince. Boiled foods and other magnesium-rich plants such as poppy seeds, cowpeas, spinach, honey, fresh vegetables, peas, beets, legumes and raw nuts. These foods can be effective in treating this disease. And to strengthen the joints, it is recommended to eat sheep's feet 3 times a week. Tip: many people who were suffering from this disease have been treated and are walking on their own feet by the grace of God and with the mentioned herbal methods and recommendations, and even recovered from paralysis. However, please do not overuse the above items. Strictly avoid arbitrary consumption. It is necessary to discuss your daily intake of these herbs with the relevant doctor.
I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for being with me. If you like the video, please like it. Every week, a lot of interesting videos are posted on the channel, so subscribe now and press the bell button.